Graham Ashcraft gives it a go. His first start for the Redlegs in 16 days. Reds face a really talented Braves team.
Really looking forward to what Graham is able to do in the first 6 outings this year. He was amazing, had a 2 ERA, and then something went awry. It seemed as if he was losing that depth on his breaking ball. It seemed like there was a lot of east and west movement, or the cutter. His last out before he got injured, we saw early in that game, and well, that's only part of the game that he pitched, that he had that downward movement. Hopefully he regains that, because when he does that, he gets a lot of weak contact, a lot of ground balls. We'll see if he can get there again.
The lineup that he opposes rather potent. The most homers in baseball. Full 9 from Rally House. Ronald Acuna Jr. second in the game in average and steals. Ozzie Albies, Austin Riley, Matt Olson. Only Shohei Ohtani has more home runs than Olson on the year. Marcell Ozuna, Travis d'Arnaud, Eddie Rosario's red hot. Orlando Arcia high contact clip, and Michael Harris II rides a 7-game hit streak. Braves entered this series with a baseball best 24-11 mark on the road, and the Reds rallied from down 5-zip early. Took a seesaw thriller 11-10. Brian Snitker had high praise for Reds phenom Elly De La Cruz and the overall grittiness of the Cincinnati club. Up and in. There goes the bat. A lively 99 as we're underway. Acuna fell just a triple shy of his own cycle. Also posted his 33rd steal yesterday. Now, one thing we saw from Ashcraft, Lark, while yes, he made a concerted and I would say largely good, accurate effort of keeping the ball down in that start against the Dodgers, he was 94. This is the velocity we're accustomed to seeing.
And those are the kind of swings that we were accustomed to seeing. Yeah, you can see 2 pitches on the inner half of the plate, 1 away. Sinker and the cutter working early in the first 3 pitches.
One, 2. Yeah, Ashcraft, as you mentioned, was authoritatively dominant in his first 6 starts. That includes a strong showing against the Braves, the closest big league team to his boyhood home in Alabama. But as the numbers worsened, the two-seamer basically disappeared. 1-2. Savant would claim after starts that he didn't throw it at all. He would say, I did, it just wasn't very good. It wasn't moving the right way. Two. Oh, got him. One of the game's elite base stealers is on.
There's a 2-seamer. Ouch. You know, you see a guy get hit, and Acuna Jr. obviously he's upset. Nobody wants to get hit. Is their intent? No. But I think that's a natural reaction, and that's 99 miles an hour coming at you. Not at your head, but upper region of your body.
Ozzie Albies. That's an uncomfortable at bat, and when Ashcraft is at his best, Lark, you got your finger raised. That's what you want to see.
Absolutely. Prefer not to hit the hitters, of course.
Yes.
But you definitely want those guys to be uncomfortable.
Half-hearted swing and miss. That's as defensive a stroke as I can recall seeing from Albies.
A very uncomfortable swing, right?
Ashcraft on April 10th in Atlanta delivered a quality start, 2 runs in 6 innings, struck out 7 that day. That's when he had his best combination of the cutting fastball, the sinker with depth, and that slider that he could locate and finish hitters with. There's that slider popped up. Casale darts over, falls foul. And throughout this, Joey Votto exchanging words with Ronald Acuna Jr. Joey himself shared after the game last night that he readily told Acuna, "You're my favorite player in the game to watch." And as he was addressing the media, he paused and said, "Elly De La Cruz is closing in rather quickly." Pickoff throw. Last night's game ended on a ground ball double play. Speed at the plate and first. 1-2. Up and in. Way in. That's a heck of a glove by Casale. Keep in mind, Ashcraft had no rehab starts. He threw sides. He is likely really strong right now.
Absolutely. I'm sure he's hyped.
Runner goes 3-2. Oh, got Casale. That's catcher's interference, it looks like. Yes. Casale came up smarting, I think, his bare hand at one point.
Well, the runner Acuna Jr. is running at first base, and you can see right there, didn't look like Casale got too far out in that area where the bat passes, but in anticipation of that runner going, that catcher, you come out that chute, catch the ball, and try to cut down the distance.
That goes down as an E2 on catcher's interference. Austin Riley. Jim Day, what was the time away like for Ashcraft?
He actually talked about the benefits. You know, no one wants to be on the injured list. You want to be there for your team. But mid-season, to shut it down for a moment, you mentioned the velocity being down, just to rest his arm. And beyond that, the loss of it that he had of his grandparent, which really shook him to the core earlier this season. He went through a lot of emotions and the mental side of the game as well, which was compounded by the struggles he had on the mound. So just taking a break, he looked at the benefits of it.
Misses with that slider away. And perhaps those could be silver linings for each of the Coors starters, with Lodolo out until likely August. Hunter Green still uncertain of when he's likely to return. 1-2. Another nice pick by Casale. Well, the good news is Ashcraft's pitches are moving. The command is not quite fine, but I would rather he's effectively wild and a little too strong early and hopefully can settle. 2-2. Skied to routine right. Nick Senzel, just his 3rd career start in right field. Makes the catch. Tag at second. Strong throw toward third. Albies tag at first. Throw grossly offline. And both men advance.
Nick Senzel is not used to playing right field. You can see he really doesn't get behind this baseball. And the speed on the bases. We've seen this from the Reds. put pressure on the defense. An errant throw. Both runners advance.
So now second and third for Matt Olson. Homer twice yesterday. Only Shohei Ohtani has more homers in the big leagues this year than Olson. Slider up. He's among the many Braves that are similar to the Reds, a deep and hot lineup. Olson in his last 7 games has 5 home runs. Broke his bat, little flare to right. Senzel coming on hard, makes the catch. Bad read at third, strong throw in. Casali shades right of the circle, gathers on a hop. I'm not sure why at third base Acuna wasn't thinking about tagging up. He was off the bag. Did he think that ball was going to fall?
Yeah, I think so, because this ball, it's a broken bat. Actually, it looks like he did go back and tag. It's off the screen, so we really couldn't tell, couldn't see it very well watching the ball in flight. And I'd like to get a different look at that and see what kind of reaction he had at third base.
Marcell Ozuna struck out twice, 1 for 5 yesterday. Check swing, appeal, no go. Another sellout crowd on hand, back-to-back sellouts for this heavyweight series. And even more eyes on Ashcraft for the length he could give these Reds, with word that Ben Lively is now on the IL. Stroke to right, Senzel reaches up and keeps his balance. Not the prettiest of reads, but that's a scoreless opening inning. By Rally House, left-handed killer Kevin Newman, Matt McLain, Jonathan India, 13 go-ahead ribbies tops on this Reds team. The incomparable Elly De La Cruz, Spencer Steer, the timeless Joey Votto, Nick Senzel crushes lefties, TJ Friedl, and Curt Casali. And David Bell has loaded his lineup for the southpaw Jared Schuster.
24-year-old left-hander, 3-pitch pitcher. Numbers on the season. Throws, he's got kind of a short arm. Mostly you see long left-handed reliever or pitchers keep that ball away from their body. This ball from Schuster comes from right behind his left ear. 3-pitch pitcher. It's a fastball, a slider, and a changeup.
Now he's used that slider more often and more successfully over the course of his last 5 starts. Check swing. He went. No appeal needed. He likes to work in on these righties. Showed that a lot first time through against the Rockies last time out. Good looking pitch. Now Newman hitting .318 against left-handed pitching, including all 3 of his home runs. He's also shown more pop of late. Of his last 8 hits, 6 have gone for extra bases. That's lined over second, base hit.
Four-seam fastball right over the middle of the plate. 2-strike approach. Kevin Newman. I'll take it.
Now the Reds ran on Atlanta yesterday. They had 4 steals and 5 tries. The one time they were caught, it was De La Cruz at the plate. And there's debate about whether that's a caught stealing. Backdoor slider strike on McLain, who was 1 for 11 on the homestand, but does ride a 15-game on base streak. Chip shot to right. Acuna One away. Time for today's Kia player profile. Jonathan India has been on base in 28 straight home games. It's the longest run by a Red since Joey Votto, 37 in a row in 2017. India, a single, an RBI, hit by pitch, scored twice yesterday. And that's what Schuster does. He's 90 to 92, but he is working right on that inside edge to right-handed hitters.
I feel like that's really important for guys that really don't have that high velocity. 90 miles an hour, 92 miles an hour is very comfortable hitting speed. So what you have to do is you have to have a little deception, and I think Schuster has that in the way that he throws the ball. And you have to throw the ball on the inside part of the plate.
Chip to third. Riley gets the short way force. Relay not in time. Well, Newman erased. India on 2 down. And now the man who has taken over the country, Elly De La Cruz. Fresh off the first cycle by a Red since Eric Davis in 1989. The man who inspired De La Cruz to wear 44. Ground ball up the middle. Handled behind second. Albies stomps the bag. Zeros in the run column to the second. Lots of Reds gear. The stands flush with fans. They were gathered well in advance of first pitch. Travis d'Arnaud, he is catching for a 5th consecutive game for the Braves. First pitch, landed slider for a strike. Sean Murphy has been nursing a hamstring issue. He has pinch hit during his absence from the starting lineup. Opposite way, Senzel back hard at the wall, gone. It was d'Arnaud who homered in the opening inning yesterday, and he provides the first run of this game, 1-0.
This looks like this is a cutter out over the plate. And we saw yesterday's ball game. You allow these hitters to get their arm extended. The ball's flying out of this ballpark.
Eddie Rosario. Cutter strike. Rosario top 10 of the National League in slugging. In his last 9 games, hitting .426, 5 homers, 11 ribbies. Chopped opposite way. De La Cruz backhand, outfield grass, jump throw. Safe. Tough play. That's a base hit.
Yeah, Elly De La Cruz playing up the middle. And this ball hit to the backhand. Showing a little bit of his athleticism right there.
Orlando Arcia. Strike one. Strong contact campaign. And that's now twice this inning. Ashcraft has landed that slider upper third, and it has frozen the respective Braves hitters. The Reds are baseball's hottest team. They have won 12 in a row, 15 of 17. The last time they won 13 in a row, the thumbtack and the fly swatter were not yet invented. It was 1899. Struck him out, overpowering cutter.
That was a good pitch sequence right there. The finishing, look at the depth on this pitch right here. A little two-seamer, true sinker.
Now the Braves no slouches though. They lost their win streak at 8 yesterday. They have won 8 of 9, 15 of 18. Michael Harris the second. Slider just nicks the inside edge. He's on a 7-game hit streak. Braves have homered in now 13 consecutive games.
And after that d'Arnaud home run, I feel like the cutter has been more sinker slider as opposed to the cutter that Casali has been calling for. Really good pitch sequence against Arcia. For the strikeout. Remember Casali with Ricky Karcher in Kansas City, because Karcher could not throw that fastball for a strike.
On a high skip, Newman, bullet to first in time. Rosario up to second. Harris, who can fly, cut down.
Go to what works for you. What works for you is a Kevin Newman swinging the bat and making good plays on the infield. You know you have to hustle. Get yourself ready to throw. He catches that ball on the right side of his body, right into his throwing motion. Nice play.
You highlight though what Casali did with Karcher, which was outstanding.
Yes. I feel like we're seeing the same thing, at least in this inning.
Oh, Casali, in his last 14 starts, the Reds have won 11 times. Acuna was hit by pitch in his first at bat. Sails this to center. Friedel glides over.
I speculated last night Votto calling his shot when he pointed towards the dugout, and indeed he confirmed that with me today. Who did he call a shot with? That would be hitting coach Joel McKeithen. That's the point. Right at Joel. I told you I have seen that point before.
That was the 19th career multi-home run effort by number 19. He's pretty locked in. Spencer Steer. Slider strike. Steer is one of 3 Reds with 40 ribbies. It's third most by a big league rookie. Hard ground ball to third. Riley. Tall throw. Olson comes back on the bag. Joey Votto. Yesterday, at 39 years, 286 days old, he became the oldest Red with a multi-homer effort since Ken Griffey Sr., 1989. Swing and miss. Just two lefties in the Reds lineup, Votto, and the man in the hole right now, TJ Friedl. Fouled back.
Oh, yesterday Joey Votto was lethal. A couple of bombs. This one close to the batting eye, and the second one, as JD pointed out, he called it. Big fly.
Bounced fair to first. Back-to-back ground ball outs. Nick Senzel to the plate, who leads baseball, hitting .447 against left-handed pitching. And it's more than contact. He's also top 5 at OPS, just a touch under 1,200. Big league average OPS is a little over 700. He also has that pitch called a strike against him probably more than any Red. Just off the plate away. And Schuster is living right there. He's pitching with tempo too. Popped him up. Olson in the outfield grass. Reds in order. Reds Live, the pregame program brought to you by Ray St. Clair Roofing, as the Reds and Braves conclude their series tomorrow afternoon. The Reds starter right now, TBD. Ben Lively had been scheduled. He is now on the IL with a pectoral injury. Graham Ashcraft, his first game back since June the 8th. Ball one to Albies, who has reached on catcher's interference for the first time in the big leagues. Albies 53 RBIs, top 10 in baseball. His home run total, top 7 in the National League. Blasted to right. High fly. That hit the bridge, connecting the moon deck with the main concourse. His 18th home run. 2-zip.
Ozzie Albies loves to pull the ball, and he loves the ball down. See the location of this pitch. That's right in the loop zone. No doubter.
Austin Riley. Big swing, strike one. Now, this is how the Braves are built. This is how they've won their share of games. They entered today with wins in 15 of 18. Including today, they've now hit 42 homers in an 18-plus game span. 1-1. The good news is, though, Lark, despite inconsistent command, Ashcraft has not yet walked a man, and while he's been burned by homers, 2 solo shots. And I would probably add, it's all the more encouraging that we're seeing velocity, we're seeing movement, we're seeing comfort in terms of projectability for what is a rather worn Reds rotation. They need a consistent and healthy Graham Ashcraft. Smoked over short. Awkward read. Steer on the fly. No, he trapped it is the call. Now Steer showed the ball in his glove as if he got it on the fly. But the signal from our second base umpire, Jeremy Rehak, is that he trapped it. Do the Reds want a challenge? They do. David Bell says take another look.
Well, it looked like Spencer Steer didn't think that ball had a chance to get to him. And he kind of changed his mind mid-flight. And it looks like that glove does get underneath the ball. That looks like a catch.
And this should be a pretty quick review. This is only Steer's 7th career professional game in the outfield. That was 110.5 off the bat, by the way. And the 40,000 plus here just saw the same replay that you saw. Third base umpire Chad Fairchild is the crew chief. Reds are going to win this challenge. In fact, the batter runner Riley is already starting across the grass back toward his dugout. It's in the glove. It doesn't come out. Ruling on the field was a trap.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. It is a catch. Cincinnati retains the challenge.
Bye-bye, Admiral Akbar. One away. Now Ashcraft gets a warm-up toss. Jim Day, what has Spencer Steer shared with you about learning the outfield?
He says he's slowly getting used to it. It was the same type of transition, although a harder one, that he made to first base. And he said, I made that transition because a lot of hard work I put in behind the scenes. And he says the goal always is to never, there he goes again, won't get to this one. He said the goal always is to look like you played that position your whole life. Now he is getting used to fly balls, as we saw right there. He's also trying to break in his own outfield glove, which is certainly something. The player and his glove are very close. That glove right there that he made the play with, it's actually borrowed from Nick Senzel. So slowly but surely, says he's getting there.
You were encouraged, Lark, by some of the plays he made yesterday.
Yeah. And that play right there. I mean, he's running down that ball. And yesterday he ran down a ball that was down the left field line. Barehanded. The ball came off the turf. Barehanded and threw it to second base to keep the runner at first base on what I thought was a double off the bat. Just athleticism. Athleticism, I think, with the rule changes, we've seen athleticism on the infield. But I think we're seeing it more in the outfield as well.
Giant swing and miss from Ozuna. This is the grab.
Yeah, he made a couple of really good plays yesterday. You got to navigate that there's no real estate down that left field line. And Spencer is a really good athlete, so he gets that wall and he's able to go up and pick it up. There was another ball hit down the line. Not much real estate. He made a really good play on that one as well.
To right field, Senzel coming on hard. Won't get there. Falls fair. Round of third. Olsen crosses. Ozuna threads a single. 2 spot in the inning. 3-0 Braves.
Well, this was a good pitch right here by Ashcraft. This is a slider off the plate, and you can see right off the end of the bat. Couldn't throw it out there, and he nicer for Osuna.
Nick Senzel has had a couple of challenging batted balls by Ozuna. Ashcraft has one run in on d'Arnaud, who homered opposite way. So go figure, Ozuna has sizzled a line drive out that was awkwardly, but in the end truly caught by Senzel. That was 107, and then he flutters 66 just inside of the chalk. That plates a run. Baseball.
Yep.
Chopper right side. Senzel scoops. Ozuna up to second. d'Arnaud singles. Here comes Derek Johnson. Time now for a brief word from UDF.
What is it that makes UDF Peach so popular? Juicy, ripe peaches. Stop by UDF while Peach is back for a limited time.
Well, 5 straight challenging plate appearances. Home run, the line drive out, originally called trap. Double hit pretty hard. Flare perfectly placed single, and firm chopped single. Ashcraft chats with third baseman Kevin Newman as Eddie Rosario stands in. He has a base hit to short. That was a tough play for De La Cruz, who then, as now, shades him up the middle. Had a backhand ranging to his right. And there's a decent number of Braves fans here that had their moments of roar yesterday that were swallowed and silenced by the overwhelming Reds contingent later in the game. Strike one. To first, Votto get the force. An awkward slide into second by d'Arnaud. Ozuna to third. Arcia struck out his first time. Slider, swing and miss. Nice smother by Casale.
Curt Casale does so many things nice behind the dish. A lot of things go without intention, but he makes some very impactful small plays that yield huge results.
One-two. Struck him out. Slider down and away. 2 strikeouts for Ashcraft. 2 more runs for the Braves. Steelers. Reds team to 1 hit so far. TJ Friedel's first crack at the plate. Left on left bunt, right back to the pitcher. He can't field. Friedel reaches. Another bunt base hit for TJ Friedel. That's his 7th bunt hit.
Just so well executed by TJ Friedel. Pulling this ball, you're trying to touch this ball right past the pitcher towards the second baseman. You can see he doesn't even have to run all the way. Just perfect execution out of the reach of that pitcher who falls off on the third base side of the mound. Well done.
Casale swing and miss. Well, no man has more bunt hits than Friedel, who also recorded his first career multi-stolen base game yesterday.
You know, John, a few years ago, that would have been looked up down on upon. You know, guys would have been like, why in the world would you bunt? So nice to see that part of the game come back. And TJ Friedel being so impactful with the ability to put the ball on the ground and create chaos.
Oh, 2 in the dirt, blocked by d'Arnaud. Schuster just wrapping up his first time through the 9. 2 hits so far, each a single, no walks, no strikeouts. He has thrown the slider more than any other pitch. Of late, he has increased his slider usage. Did so in pronounced fashion over his last 5. He's 4-0 in that time, ERA of 3.25. But concern in that time, 11 walks in 27 2/3 innings. Bounces that one. A changeup spiked. While Casale, who has had a slight contact clip on the year, has found a way to get on base this month. His on base percentage in June is .364. Struck him out. Slider.
Took a little bit off that one. Casale a little out in front. As a hitter, you're looking at that arm speed. You're looking to see if you can pick anything up that would indicate an off-speed pitch. Schuster did a nice job.
Newman. Slider up. Newman singled over second his first time. Looped in the air to right. Acuna shuffles over, makes the squeeze, 2 down. Schuster, a 24-year-old rookie who made the team out of spring training, due in part to injuries to the rotation. He was a bit of a late bloomer from New Bedford, Massachusetts. His college time at Wake Forest, where it started somewhat pedestrian, and he had a great showing in the Cape Cod Summer League in 19. Runner goes, pitch elevated, late thrown out, no shot. That's Friedel's 11th steal. He's only been caught once.
Good jump, TJ Friedel. And you can see that throw once again being on the third base side. If you're working at it, catchers, throw that ball on the first base side of second base.
Big lead off second. 1-0. Called strike. McLean is flied to right. He, like many collegiate stars, also had time in Cape Cod. 1-1. In the air to center. Harris back. That's going to go. Gone! The 4th home run of the year in career for the Reds rookie infielder. It's a 1-run game.
Schuster looks like he went back to the slider again. This time he left it out over the plate. And Matt McLean beat him to the spot.
And you knew he was due. That extends his on-base streak to 16. Just his 2nd hit of the homestand. I think more are going to come. Delayed and generous strike. It's the first homer that Schuster's allowed to a National League opponent. Weak wave and a miss. Tough changeup. Schuster had not allowed a home run since getting tagged with one by Seattle's Jared Kelnick back on May the 21st. Texas's Adolis Garcia took him deep the start before. Check swing down to the way. Late appeal. He did not go. Inside. So now it's 2nd time through. Can the Reds rattle this brave southpaw? Struck him out.
Matty McLean getting a pitch down in the zone.
Ball 1 to Michael Harris II, who has grounded out to 3rd. Matt McLean has gone deep. Reds on the board on his 2-run homer. Sharply sent to Votto on bent knee. Ashcraft cover, fed in stride. 1 down.
Ball well struck. Joey Votto. Good technique.
Acuna has been hit by pitch. He is flied to center. Big swing and a miss. He did not think slider. When Ashcraft is really going, he is getting a fairly even combination of ground ball outs and strikeouts. In year 1, it was more the ground ball out. The slider made him a more even distribution. He has 3 ground ball outs today, 2 against his last 3 batters. That's bottom of the order, but this isn't your normal order. Two-one. Great pitch. That froze him.
Sure did. Little front door slider. Normally you get the slider, you're looking for this ball out over the plate. When you throw it right at a hitter, oops, freezes a little bit.
Just off the plate away. Thought he had him. Grounded right back to Ashcraft. That was 109.9 athlete.
Yes.
He fields his position really well. Of course, the oddity is recent time on the IL came about because of a comebacker. Got him in the calf.
One of the things I love that Graham Ashcraft does when he fields a ball that's hit right back at him, if he's going towards first base, is he goes over there and tags the runner. And I thought he was thinking on that ball right there of going over and tagging Acuna. He decided to throw the ball to first base, but I love that part of competitiveness in him.
Albies is homered. He has reached on catcher's interference. Bounced right side, sneaks through, base hit. Now when Ashcraft's on, that's going to happen too, and you're going to have to live with some ground balls that aren't hit all that hard that get through.
That's right.
Austin Riley is fly to right. He is line to left. Yeah, Ashcraft probably more than any other Red starter. And we're seeing a little more original Ashcraft today, somewhere in between. There is a significant unpredictability with where his pitches will move. There's such innate movement to where he's almost pitching more to quadrants than he is spots. And that means he's going to miss sometimes. Some of these sliders up might be misses, but they're having a good effect, even if they're not hitting the intended target. Runner goes, great jump, pitch a soft strike, throw down a good one, tag, safe. Albies 5 for 5 in stolen base tries to this series.
Good jump right there and a good throw. Just the speed of Albies. Easily safe at second base. Make sure you keep that tag on the runner in case he dislodges from the bag.
Swing and miss. But watching these Braves to prepare for today, Tom Glavine, who does some work for the Braves telecast, used an old baseball phrase that has a lot of truth. 1-2. Just out of the way. You can deliver the right or perfect pitch and allow a hit. You can deliver a terrible pitch and get an out. You want to be as consistent as possible, but sometimes ride the wave, even if it's a mistake. That is smoked to left center. Albies easily scores. Riley romps into second with a standing RBI double.
Austin Riley, one of the great ball players today. That was a slider down and didn't have much movement at all. And Austin Riley is such a good baseball player.
He has the 2 hardest hit balls in the game. That's the hardest at 111.2. Slider strike to Olson, who has doubled, scored, and fly to right. Twisted on the slider. Ball hit down the right field line. Foul. That was close. Two and two. Ashcraft has been in the zone a pretty good amount. 78 pitches, 51 strikes. He's fighting it a little bit. That is ticked foul. But the stuff on the whole looks way better. This is the best Ashcraft has looked since the first month of the season. Center field, Friedl sprinting back. Gone. Olson's 24th. He's got 3 this series. And it's the first time in Graham Ashcraft's young big league career he's allowed 3 homers in one game.
Another slider. That one had depth on it. Just out over the plate, letting big Matt Olson get his arms extended. As we said here in Cincinnati, when it gets a little warm, the ball just travels. That wasn't a bad pitch at all. Big fella just beat him to the spot with plenty of power.
Derek Johnson out for another chat. Remember, the Reds starter tomorrow is TBD. Scheduled to be Ben Lively, but he was put on the IL retro 3 days with a pectoral injury. Ozuna an RBI single, and he's lined out to right. Strike one. It's already 6 runs on 9 hits for what is an outstanding and consistent Braves offense. Innocently bounced. Votto shovels to Ashcraft. Braves expand their lead. They post 3. De La Cruz leads off when we're back. Elly De La Cruz in the driver's seat, presented by Hyundai. Hit for the cycle last night, the 7th Red to do so, the first since Eric Davis in 1989, the 5th youngest recorded in baseball going back to 1901. Fouls back, strike one. He's only seen 2 pitches today. With a man on, 2 out. First pitch, he grounded out. That was a force fielder's choice at second. Ended the opening inning. Tickles the bottom tier of the zone. Poke to center. That's down, base hit. That's De La Cruz's 3rd knock in the big leagues. Batting right-handed.
Off-speed pitch down here. You got to cover. And the length of De La Cruz through that baseball.
A AAA, he actually hit for a higher average right side, 333. He was 277 lefty. OPS was almost identical between the two. So he had more power left side, but the contact clip at smaller at bats was actually higher. He is very much a base stealing threat. 1-0 to Steer.
A great Atlanta Brave and Chipper Jones, switch hitter, Hall of Famer. We would game plan against him. He was a switch hitter as well, as I said, and left-handed he did so much damage. We always was looking for that lefty.
Steer in the air down the left field line. Foul.
Looking for that lefty out of the bullpen to come in and face him. Still hit well, but without as much power from the right side than the left. Look for teams to start kind of looking at Elly De La Cruz maybe the same way.
De La Cruz goes, and the pitch chipped foul. He had a great break. I think he would have stolen second.
Yes.
Steer launches to left field. Off the front lip of the upper deck. Another Reds rookie delivers. His 11th. 42 knocked in. 2-run game.
Oh yeah, by the way, don't forget about that rookie right there, Spencer Steer. My goodness.
That's how deep this lineup is. Entering this game on a relative level. Votto is grounded out to first base. Check swing, appeal, no go. McLean and Steer, who at times have carried this club, had been cool. Today, the other bats not quite as productive just yet. They've each clubbed a 2-run homer.
They talk about it, somebody different every day. And I feel like that's a calming thing because no one feels like they have to be the guy and have that burden of carrying the team. Now someone's going to get hot and carry the team for a while. But there isn't that responsibility when you have a club that's playing this kind of baseball. And when you can go out there and just play free and easy without the burden of trying to be the guy, that's when you have your best performances.
Glancing contact and a foul. Schuster entered today in his rookie year with 41 1/3 innings pitched, 2 home runs allowed. The Reds have hit a couple of home runs in these last 2 innings. High chop. Votto busted it. Bang, bang, shovel. Run too long. And Votto is on with an infield knock.
Well, this is an in-between ball right here. You got to decide whether you're going to go for the ball or go to first base. You see, Schuster starts to go for the ball. Then he does not have an angle to get to first base. And Olson tries to lead him to the bag. It's a tough angle, tough play.
Well, Joey Votto said he wanted to fit in, right? He said he wanted to be with the young guys. Maybe I'll steal. I'm going to run hard. I love how the game is played. took a page out of Ellie's playbook with the infield base hit to first base, like Houston last road trip. Maybe not exactly the same.
Yeah, but understand.
Well, Rick Kranitz, the Braves pitching coach, out to chat with Schuster. Braves now have a right-hander up in their pen as Nick Senzel stands in. And is Michael Tonkin getting ready. So here's a big moment because Senzel entered as the best average hitter in the big leagues against lefties. He has popped to first so far today. And that is exactly how Schuster attacked him throughout the first at bat. Lower third, just off or on the edge of the plate away. Bounced up the middle. Awkward backhand, shovel, stop, relay, not in time. Senzel reaches. Votto erased.
Defensive positioning, awkward angles. You can see Albies on the shortstop side of second base. Sorry. And Arcia with a really weird angle to receive that ball.
Peter picked a pickled pepper. TJ Friedl, could this be Schuster's last man? If he loses him, do they go to Tonkin? Strike one. Maybe not, because on deck is Curt Casale. If after Friedl, if Friedl can reach and you make a move, does David Bell bring a Jake Fraley off the bench and hit for Casale? Down and away. Keep in mind the Reds also have Will Benson on the bench. Two productive and hot left-handed hitters. One in the dirt. That kicks. Darno able to recover. Senzel could not get the cleanest read. He holds.
Tough read. The ball is behind Darno, so it's tough for Nick Senzel to see how far the ball is away from the catcher.
2-1 away. Also remember, there's another layer of flexibility for David Bell today that may make him more selective about a bench bat, but he has two catchers on his bench, so he could switch twice and still have the luxury of another catcher. Upstairs strike. Tonkin's ready in the pen. Payoff. Pops foul. Popped up. Darno. 2 down. At this point, 2-run game, tying run at the plate. Casale has been a slider contact bat. Schuster still with a slight pitch count. While Tonkin is hot, I would imagine part of the thought process, get more length from the lefty take his chances. Casale has shown a keen eye this month, helping his on base. Schuster has had walk issues. He has not walked a man today. Swing and miss. Awkward pickoff. Now they are heavily shading Casale to pull within the full limit of the shift restrictions. Look how open the right side is with Senzel held on. Popped up. Beyond the netting in the seats. Hard foul opposite way. Two and two. Tonkin continues to warm. Casale continues to battle. Thirty pitches on the inning, in the zone a lot. That is clubbed to left center, down, base hit. Senzel goes to three. Rosario lob to second. Casale wins the war with a single, met at the corners. And here comes Brian Snitker. And with Snitker emerging, Newman immediately loops back toward the Reds dugout. It's a Skyline Chili call to the bullpen.
Job.
Well, thank you, Jim. First out of the Braves pen is Michael Tonkin.
6'7", 33-year-old right-hander. He slings the ball to the plate. See right there, he's a two-pitch pitcher. That fastball and a slider. Throws a lot of strikes and gets a lot of chases.
Chip shot over Albies.
Well, a lot has been said about these rookies here in Cincinnati. Spencer Steer is one of them. Two-run bomb.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. What a spectacular day in Cincinnati. Reds trail by 2. We hit the 5th inning. Now, the Reds did not hit Jake Fraley against a right-handed reliever. A little surprising, since you could see where the dominoes would benefit the Reds defensively as well. But perhaps there's more to the story. Maybe there's more to come later in the game. Keep in mind the Reds bench has 2 right-handed bats, both catchers, 2 left-handed bats, both outfielders. 1-0 to d'Arnaud. Slider down. He's homered and singled, each time opposite way. Three and 0. Fernando Cruz is now loosening in the Reds' pen. Final line on Jared Schuster: 3 2/3, 4 runs, 7 hits, walked none, struck out 2, tagged with a couple of homers. Well hit left field. And some of the contact has come on what you think are good pitches and good spots, but the Braves, bottom line, have hit Ashcraft pretty hard.
Yeah, they have. d'Arnaud this entire series on the first 2 games has been really good. Nice flat swing. Ability to hit the ball out to right field and then pull the ball down the left field line.
A very hot hitter due up in Eddie Rosario. Cruz, I believe, just more recently starting to loosen. This visit allows a little bit of time. Word now from the good folks at Bad Boy Mowers.
The fields, front lawns, and backyards of America. Bad Boy.
David Bell emerges. Still giving Cruz some time to get some throws. Now the move. Ashcraft goes 4+1. He leaves down 2. Was at 12. It has ballooned to 16.5. We have had a lot of offense in a game and a half this series. Reds on the wrong side of a 6-4 score. Graham Ashcraft gone with a man on, nobody out in the 5th. Fernando Cruz.
Well, during this winning streak, the bullpen has been so solid, and Fernando Cruz has been a big part of that. He has not allowed a run in any of his last 5 appearances. And Graham getting some love over on the bench. I think this was a positive outing for him.
Slider strike to Rosario, who has singled down the infield, grounded out to first. Chatter between McLean and De La Cruz at second and short. That splitter had some dive. Now, Cruz has inherited 17 runners, just 3 have scored. Struck him out.
does a really nice job of having that splitter. Look at the grip right there. Looks like a fastball, just doesn't get there. Great deception.
Arcia has struck out twice, and he has shown his share of swings like that. But don't let that belie a very good contact year, hitting lefties and righties. .326 average. Chopped up the middle. McLean hit the bag. Double play. The games we go out and play in sprinklers of the fountains.
Cool off a little bit after last night's game. We needed it because you, my partner, were on fire.
This team is on fire. And Matt McLean, a big part of it today. 2-run homer. His on base streak stretched to 16. What does the little hiccup that Tonkin employs with his front foot do to a hitter?
You know, it's something unique to him. It's his timing mechanism, his delivery. Everyone has their own little way to get themselves in what their rhythm is. He's got that little pump kind of thing that he does. A little toe tap, if you will.
Popped up. Riley battling the sun. One away. Jonathan India has reached on fielder's choice, struck out swinging. Now, Tonkin spent a decade in the Twins organization. He was in the big leagues with Minnesota from parts of 13 through 17. And only just now returned to the big leagues as a Brave in 2023. Slider strike. His last time out, he went 3 1/3 scoreless against the Rockies. That was 9 days ago. Got his first big league save. He's allowed fairly limited contact this year, but he has surrendered 5 home runs. Now, Jeff Francoeur was in before the game, one of our friends with the Braves broadcast, and you and Jeff were both talking about how the ball had exploded off the bat yesterday and anticipated the same today.
Yeah, Frenchie has played quite a few games here in Cincinnati, and he knows good and well when it heats up here, the ball does travel. And there's a lot of talent on that field down there, John. Both sides.
Got him looking.
Two-seamer. A sinker starts off the plate. I don't know if Jonathan saw that off the plate or up. Looks like it nips that top outside corner.
Elly De La Cruz, single, run scored. He is grounded out. First time he bats as a lefty today. Ball 1. call. Strike. Down the left field line. Could it fall? Foul. De La Cruz never dropped the bat and only went halfway down the line. De La Cruz in just a touch over 2 weeks in the big leagues has a human highlight reel line drive homer, an electric cycle, and he now has a hit and a run scored in 7 consecutive games. Down to the way. Can he extend this inning? Way outside. He's aboard. That's the first walk drawn by a Reds batter today. Spencer Steer last time up. Our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud.
Well, Spencer Steer is a rookie, still a rookie, and he has been so impactful. Obviously with the bat, but the different positions that he's played, the defensive hustle out there. He's been a great sign here in Cincinnati. Part of that trade with Minnesota.
One and one. Red stole on the Braves 4 times, caught once yesterday. De La Cruz draws a throw. TJ Friedl has a steal in the team's lone try so far today. But most of the game had been spent with lefty Jared Schuster on the mound. Now the right-handed Tonkin, who has that deliberate tap. 1 and 2. Rosario goes to the left center gap, a good dozen steps to his left. De La Cruz goes, pitch missed, throw down, gets through. De La Cruz slides it safely, pops to his feet, erupts for third, just now scooped by Harris. De La Cruz to third base. Stolen base, E2 on the throw.
Oh, we saw that with Colorado, and we're seeing it here with the Braves. The speed of Elly De La Cruz putting pressure on the defense, making guys make plays, and when they don't, he makes them pay. We saw 3 throwing errors in 1 inning with Elly De La Cruz on the bases against the Rockies.
Fouled back. And showing respect to Steer, Riley plays deep, shading near the chalk at third base. That means De La Cruz can get an even larger lead, and the ball in the dirt, he could roar home. Swing and miss. Tonkin barks as he strikes out Steele. First full inning for Fernando Cruz. Michael Harris II watches a borderline miss. Harris has grounded out twice. Once to third, once to first. Home runs have been the thrust in each team's offense. 5 combined between the two clubs. The Reds with a couple of 2-run shots. Braves with 3 homers. Olson a 2-run job. A couple of solo shots. Borderline miss. Leadoff walk. Harris is quick and a very good base stealer. He has taken 8, been caught once. Top of the order, Acuna, who's 0 for 2. Acuna probably looked most uncomfortable against Ashcraft's slider. So several of his best sliders came against Acuna. Splitter strike. Check swing contact. Newman in. Play at first. Snaps off the throw. Harris up to second, 1 out.
A splitter right there. Check swing. Kevin Newman catching the ball in rhythm. He's made some good plays over there at third base.
Slider up to Albies with Alex Young loosening in the Reds bullpen. Called strike. Albies does not agree. Early turn and a foul. Another early twist. One, two again. Elevated. 8th pitch of the at-bat. Fouled into the glove. No, fouled down. No go 9.
Fernando Cruz throwing a lot of splits to Ozzie Albies. Be careful going heater.
Uppercutted to right. Senzel fading back. Long fly ball out. Tag at second. Harris takes third. Time now for word from Miami Valley Gaming.
You can pack light on your next trip to Miami Valley Gaming, as long as you've got your lucky Buckeye.
Austin Riley has rocked the baseball this series. RBI double, 1 for 3 with a line out fly out today. He has hit safely in 10 straight matchups against the Reds, hitting just under 450 in that time. Not cheated on that swing. Young is by now ready in the pen. The left-handed Olson looms on deck. Compound things with a 10-pitch flyout from Albies. This is very likely Cruz's last hitter. Get him or lose him. Full count. Struck him out. We update the FanDuel same game parlay. Talked about it Reds Live. Matt McLean, yes. Ellie De La Cruz, not yet. Nick Senzel, well, he is on deck right now. Reds trail by 2. Michael Tonkin entered during the 4th. Worked around a walk, couple of strikeouts, and a quiet 5th. Votto an infield hit and a ground ball out. Strike 1. It's curious the Reds did not hit for Kevin Newman when Tonkin entered in the 4th. 2 on 2 out. The only Red with a lifetime hit off Tonkin entering this game is Jake Fraley, who's 1 for 1 against him. And here on deck is Nick Senzel to hit. Braves just now have Kirby Yates getting up, right-hander in their pen. Runs in. Reds have not known a lead in this game, but each time the Braves put a crooked number on the board, the Reds responded with a crooked number. Votto pops it up. Darno, 1 out. Senzel will face Tonkin. Now Senzel has hammered lefties. He entered as baseball's best bat by average, top 5 at OPS against lefties. Right on right, he's hitting 171. And the OPS is sliced more than in half. Check swing, appeal, no. Miss up. Senzel came back from the IL during the road trip in Houston. He has had 15 at bats since coming back. He's 1 for 15 in that time. And he gets walked on 4 pitches. TJ Friedl, a big league best 7th bunt base hit, a steal, a run scored. He's also popped out. Tonkin elevating here. Yates close to ready in the Braves pen. For now, Casale remains the on-deck man. He does have a firm base hit. Two and one. Tonkin ready for his 40th pitch. That is hit to right. That is trapped, not caught. Senzel caught up, throw to second, got him. He couldn't get a clean read, and Acuna picks up his 7th dime as he cuts down Senzel at second base. Do the Reds want a challenge? Senzel's already walking toward the dugout. They do not.
Yeah, it's a very tough read for Nick Senzel right there. Ronald Acuna Jr., who does possess an arm. You know this as a base runner, so he has his momentum going to first base. You got to be able to get back to first base in case he catches his ball, which he does not. And he's kind of just caught no man's land. Just an unfortunate position to be in.
So the Reds lose a runner. Now 2 outs. David Bell does employ his left-handed bat off the bench. Curt Casale yanked back. Jake Fraley stands in. Leads the team with 46 RBIs. He had a 2-run homer and a walk last night. Ball 1. Fouled away.
Jake Fraley in the middle of all the scoring last night. Getting his fastball up, going deep, just adding to the excitement of what was an incredible opening game.
Chopped to short. End of inning. Will complete your next visit to Great American Ballpark. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Jake Fraley had hit the catcher spot. He remains in the game in right. Nick Senzel is out of the game. So while Fraley bats 9th, Luke Maile comes on to catch. He will bat 7th. And the new pitcher is Alex Young.
Numbers on the season, three wins out of the bullpen. Last time we saw him was just yesterday. 2/3 of an inning, gave up a hit, but no damage.
He's in to face the powerful lefty Matt Olson. Down to the wing. Bounce to first. Votto back it up. Pitcher cover. Outfield throw. Clean to Young. So Fernando Cruz is now not allowed to run in 6 straight appearances. Sub 100 average against him that time. He went 2 scoreless and hitless, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Down and away to Ozuna. You mentioned Young's efforts last night. He had entered in the 5th, allowed a hit to Rosario, and got groundouts from Arcia and Harris. Braves have Nick Anderson up. The Reds have Daniel Duarte loosening. 2-1. Just misses. Reds haven't lost a game since June 9th. They fell on a Friday in St. Louis, igniting what turned out to be an 8-1 road trip. Sky to right. Fraley at the wall. Got it. Number 15 for Ozuna. 13 of which have come since the 1st of May.
Osuna has a tremendous amount of power. He gets his arms extended. Big fella can leave the yard in any part of it.
Miss wide to d'Arnaud. That's 4 home runs at the expense of Reds pitching today. Right center, Fraley circles underneath. 2 down. Rosario is singled. He's 1 for 3. The dirt. On 4. David Bell out. Duarte by now loose. The right-handed Arcia due up. Young gets a couple outs, allows a couple of runners, including a home run. Reds down 3. Daniel Duarte.
And we saw Duarte in yesterday's ball game. Didn't go too well. Ending in the 3rd, he gave up 3 hits and 2 runs. One of those hits was a home run.
Orlando Arcia, RBI double. 1 for 4 day. Excuse me, 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts. Look at Duarte's effort from yesterday. Chopped right back to Duarte, knocks it down, bare hand, lob to first. Braves off their lead, solo shot by Ozuna. We stretch. 7 comeback wins, including 5 straight. They have top of the order due up here in the home 7. And they'll face a fresh face. It is Nick Anderson.
32-year-old Nick Anderson, the right-hander. He's a 3-pitch pitcher. He throws a fastball and sinks it. Throws a curveball. The majority of his pitches. Curveball.
And that breaking ball gets swing and miss a lot. He's had 40 swings and misses on that curveball. 3rd most among relievers. Gets a first pitch swing and a foul from Newman, who's 1 for 3. Fastball up and in, fouled back. Anderson had surgery on his right elbow October of 21 and did not pitch in the big leagues all of last year. One and 2. Swing and miss. Breaking ball. Lost briefly. Put out complete. Matt McLain, a 2-run homer on a 1 for 3 day. Upper tier strike. David Bell has Silvino Bracho warming. Reds have not yet seen the 2 men who have double-digit saves for the Braves this series. Lefty A.J. Minter and old friend the right-hander Raisel Iglesias. Anderson has been a one-inning guy in the overwhelming majority of his appearances. Fouled away. Just missed away with that curveball. Opposite way, base hit.
Really good hitting, Matt McLain. 2 strikes, you have to be somewhat defensive. Spread out. And just try to pepper this ball. Stay alive. Nice job. Good, solid, level swing, balance. I think he's a keeper.
I would wholeheartedly agree. Breaking ball outer edge. McLain's first multi-hit showing in a week. India's 0 for 3. One. Fastball down to the wing. India 1 for his last 13. Could he be due? Oh, bend the knees. Breaking ball for a strike. A.J. Minter now loosens in the Braves bullpen. Just missed. That is borderline full count.
Yeah, there's been a few pitches where Nick Anderson thought he had it.
India pops it up. Anderson points, gets out of the way. Arcia 2 down. Here comes Elly De La Cruz, aboard twice, a single, a walk, a run scored. De La Cruz off to an historic start on multiple levels. He has scored at least 1 run in 13 of his 16 games played. Going back to 1901, in all of baseball history, not just the Reds. Fouled off LAU, tumbles down in pain. Immediately David Bell up the steps. Here comes athletic trainer Tomas Vera. Clutching at that right knee.
Yeah, looks like he hit the ball off the inside of that right knee.
Ooh.
Yep.
Asking for a towel to help clean off his face. Here comes Sean McQueenie. Daniel LaRusso's going to fight. Warm-up tosses for Anderson. Now going back to 1901, the most games with at least one run scored in their first 16 games played. Miller Huggins with Cincinnati 14. Kevin Millar with the then Florida Fish 13. And Ellie De La Cruz. Swing and a miss. Fouled away. McLean a slightly larger lead. De La Cruz loops to second base, and Albies on a hop secures the final out. De La Cruz jogged gently down to first. 3-run game. The mini field down the right field line where the kids can play here at GABP. Sellout crowd on back-to-back days. Silvino Bracho, who spent last year in the bigs as a Brave, faces Atlanta.
Well, he hasn't pitched since he was promoted on Wednesday. You can see the numbers on the season. 118. Needs to keep this offense right here. The Braves offense, that is, and give our offense a chance to chip away at this lead. Running out of time. This is an important inning.
Michael Harris the second has walked. He's 0 for 2. First pitch popped up. Maile and Newman. Maile peels away. Newman makes the play. On top of the order, Acuna. This marks Bracho's first outing in the big leagues for the Reds in just over a month. It was the 23rd of May when he went 2 scoreless and hitless against the St. Louis Cardinals. Strike one. He pitched at AAA Louisville from the last day of May through 8 days ago. One really poor outing. Mars' overall numbers. It was 20 days ago when the Red Sox AAA team tagged him with 4 runs, 3 hits, all homers. He got 1 out. Kind of broke his bat, sails to center, base hit.
It's like a heater right here. Gets in on the hands of Ronald Acuna Jr. However, with that flat bat path. Good hitter.
Strike on Albies, who has had earlier grime. 2 hits, including a homer today. It's the first time in almost 7 years to the day that the Reds have had consecutive sellouts. June the 24th through the 26th in 2016. Pete Rose's jersey was retired. He was inducted into the Reds Hall of Fame, and Cincinnati showed out and showed up for her native son. Runner goes, pitch up, throw down, gets into Acuna on the slide, trickles into shallow outfield. He has his National League best 34th stolen base.
Well, just very aggressive. He gets the top speed in 1 or 2 steps. Just a tremendously talented player.
Two very talented players, and you caught a playful moment between them yesterday.
Yeah, late in the ball game, there was a foul ball hit down the third base line. Ellie was playing third base. He went to the dugout to try to make a play. Ball went into the stands, and Ellie was right in front of Acuna, who was sitting at the end of the bench. Ellie reached in and tickled his hair with his glove.
Changeup gets a mighty cut, 2-2. Full count. In the Reds bullpen, Alexis Diaz stands, occasionally feigns throwing and spins a baseball, while the left-handed Minter, the only southpaw in the Braves pen, appears to be loose and ready. Reds have right, left, right due up. Payoff again. Down the left field line. Steer. Riley, an RBI double that came in the 4th. He also came around that inning. Huge lead for Acuna. Ball. 2-0. Tap to short. De La Cruz darts in. Low glove. Trouble on the transfer. Acuna home. Flip to the plate. Maile charges out of dead to rights. Acuna. Oh, what presence of mind by De La Cruz. Acuna got cute. De La Cruz. Wag of the finger. The Reds down 3, bottom 8. The Braves have 2 different relievers with double-digit saves, including their lone lefty in the pen right now, A.J. Minter.
Yeah, power lefty, 29-year-old A.J. Minter, 3-pitch pitcher. Throws a fastball, sits about 96 miles an hour, a cutter at 90, and that changeup at 87.
Spencer Steer, a 2-run homer. He is 1 for 3. Up and away. Tough pitch, cutter in for a strike. Minter has pretty wide splits in terms of average against home road. At home, the league is hitting .311 against him. On the road, just 132. 2 balls, 1 strike. And he's been excellent of late. His last 13 outings going back to the 27th of May, a .77 earned run average. Three and 1. Charge to left. Pop at the wall. Rosario. Steer lines out.
Really good swing by Spencer Steer. Looks like he gets this ball maybe a little off the end of the bat. It's still a really good swing. And Rosario plays it well. Getting back to the wall early.
Votto 1 for 3, infield hit. Good looking pitch, called ball 1. Votto's 0 for 5 against Minter lifetime, 3 strikeouts, does have 1 walk. Steps back, he sticks a cutter strike. One and 2. Struck him out.
Minter throwing some tight sliders to Joey Votto. 2 off the outside part of the plate. That one just down and away. Tough lefty-lefty matchup.
Now the first plate appearance for Maile. Right on the edge, strike. Twisted swing and a miss. perfect inning from Minter. Ninth inning. Reds down 7-4. Silvino Bracho out for a second inning of work. He worked around a couple of hits in a scoreless 8. Matt Olson has had a mighty day and series. He's got 4 hits on the set, 3 homers and a double. Ball 1. Two and 0. Just misses away with a changeup. Sneaks in, strike 1. Looking ahead, the Reds have lefty then righty bottom 9. Friedel, Fraley, Newman. Minter has only gotten more than 3 outs once all year. Iglesias is warming. Jam job popped foul. Old friend who closed games for the Reds for multiple years. Walked it. Time now for a brief word from Rally House.
Play ball, Cincy. Shop the latest in Red style with your favorite brands and throwback designs. Rally House has gear for every fan.
That's the 6th time today the Braves leadoff man has reached. Up and in on Ozuna, a couple of run-scoring hits, including a homer. Swing and miss. Struck him out.
Nice job on the tight curveball. Ozuna very aggressive, knowing that as a pitcher, expand a little bit and use his aggressiveness against him. The pitch.
Trying to check. No appeal needed. Strike 1. What a game and series for d'Arnaud. Homer on a 3-hit day. He's got 5 hits, 2 bombs on the set. outside. Grounded pass, Votto's backhand. Olson through second, Fraley in right, lob to De La Cruz. Garneau has a 4-hit day, first and third, 1 out.
Looks like Joey maybe lost his footing a little bit over there at first base. So I'm looking at the ground.
Rosario aboard twice. Infield hit and a walk. Strike one. Popped out of play, foul. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Nice pitch mix by Silvino Bracho. Going upstairs with the heater.
Arcia is 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts, a bounce into a double play, and a skip to the pitcher. Smashed foul, an early turn. Can Bracho bridge and keep the margin 3? Popped him up. De La Cruz. Don't discount the Rally Reds. Friedl, Fraley, Newman. No runs scored this afternoon since the 4th, but down 3, bottom 9. It's Friedl, Fraley, Newman due up against old friend, the former Reds closer, who faces Cincinnati for the first time in his career, Raisel Iglesias.
And I'm sure there's some angst, anxiety in that body of the 33-year-old now, Raisel Iglesias. 3-pitch pitcher, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, really good changeup and a slider.
He co-leads this team with 10 saves on the year. The last time he appeared as a Red, playoffs in the truncated and expanded 2020 season in playoffs against the Braves when he got ravaged by Atlanta. He has thrown 40% of his career innings in this stadium. Here for the first time as an opponent. And he zips in strike one on Friedl. Friedl, a bunt base hit, a steal, a run scored. 0-2. Iglesias got a late start to the year, a strained right shoulder. He missed the first 32 games of the year for the Braves. After the deadline last year, he was the National League's best in chase rate. Getting swings and pitches out of the zone like that.
That's that changeup right there. 2 heaters. And he takes a little bit off. See the grip and the downward motion.
Jake Fraley has grounded out to short. '97, lower third, strike 1. Will Benson is on deck to hit for Newman. In the air to right. That's going to go! Jake Fraley homers in a 3rd straight game, his 11th, his team leading 47th Ribby. 1-run game.
Refused to go quietly. I believe that was another changeup. The difference being that one was elevated. The changeup to TJ Frieda was going downhill. That changeup was going uphill. Really did not allow him to get away with that mistake.
It's the 4th time in 6 outings Iglesias has been tagged with a run. Now Will Benson. Down to ball 1. This is Benson's first action in 3 days. Away 2-0. Clips for a strike. Tying run on deck. McLean 2 hits, including a 2-run homer. In the air, center field. Harris going back. He did it. It's a 1-run game. Back-to-back big flies. The rally glasses upside down. The cape and crown on Benson in a pinch. This sellout crowd that had to sit and watch for innings on end has sprung back to life. What is going through Iglesias' head? He attacks McLean, strike 1. Oh, 2, tough change. Struck him out. It's the first time that Iglesias has ever allowed multiple bombs at Great American Ballpark.
Well, the pitch to Jake Fraley was a changeup mistake. That was a fastball down and away to Will Benson, and he just muscled that ball out the ballpark. What a good swing. Hadn't played in 3 days, get off the bench, and wow.
Tough, strike one. In Iglesias' final year as a Red, India was at the alternate site, proving himself by improving regularly. By the time Iglesias was gone, India was crowned Rookie of the Year. Now he stands as the Reds' last hope, with Cincinnati down to its final strike. Borderline down and in. There's that man on deck. Fouled back, a fastball. Struck him out. The Reds rally. They draw within one. They fall just short. And a generational surge comes to a close, but not without a fight. Cincinnati's longest win streak since 1957 gets snapped at 12. The Braves level the series with a 1-run margin.
Yeah, the silver lining, I think, with the way that this ball club has just been playing is yet again another, okay, we lost this game, but another game where we grinded it out, played all 27, played as hard as we can. Let's just start another streak tomorrow. This team is playing some exciting baseball, and everyone is contributing.
Series tied up, rubber match still to come, and the post-game show. Reds live on the other side. 7-6, Braves level the set.